Musicians and Mancaves. How do? Welcome to the podcast Musicians and Mancaves with Chris, Tom, Alex and me, Paul, otherwise known as Nottingham band Dread and Monkey. As the band is nearing its 10th anniversary, we decided we should do something completely different, talking crap for a change. We spend a third of our rehearsal each week talking anyway, so we thought, why not stick a mic in front of us and have a laugh? And all the ideas floating around in our four little hairy heads, and let's see where it takes us. So the idea is to pick 3 topics each week and ramble on. So sit back and relax. Welcome and enjoy Musicians and Mancaves.
See, one thing before we move off these topics, I've got one.
We haven't really started on the topic.
We're on about superstitions and OCDs and stuff, or anything weird that we carried over from a child.
Rituals,
rituals, that was what I'm looking for. I'll give you a really interesting one about my dad. This is a really strange one. My dad has got an absolute irrational fear of zombies. Terrified of them. No, bearing in mind that...
Does he know they're not real?
I don't know.
Maybe you should sit him down and have a conversation.
No, they just scare him.
Not the birds and bees.
I think it's just something about the living undead. There's a deep-rooted fear in my dad about. I don't know if maybe he watched Night of the Living Dead as a kid and it scarred him a bit, because I'm terrified of Resident Evil because of one particular scene that I remember as a kid, and I still won't play it now at 26.
No, I'll never play that. I played the first one for about 30 seconds.
Yeah,
you get around the corner and it plays a little cutscene thing.
And that's what I've never...
That's
it. Where he's munching the arm on the rug, I'm like, no, I'm not playing
Took him back to the shop.
That's it, yeah. I did the same thing. In fact, I think I snapped the disc and chucked it in the bin.
Yes, so the first topic of the day. Superstitions? OCD? Rituals? Strange rituals? What do we think? What is a superstition?
We need buzzers.
So what comes first out of those? Superstitions before rituals and OCD.
Strange rituals, OCD.
They affect the other two. Or bring about the other two.
Yeah. Yes.
Superstitions.
Like, the number 13. Black cats.
That's just taught, isn't it? From being young. That's just taught that's...
Yeah.
I mean, who came up with that idea that it was 13 was a problem?
Well, the official word for it, the official I didn't had any rum today. The official term for a superstition is the belief or practice that is considered irrational. For example, if it arises from ignorance, a misunderstanding of science or causality, whatever that is.
There is a lot of ignorance in the world.
Yeah, a positive belief in fate or magic, or fear of that which is unknown. So we've got like number 13, black cats, breaking a mirror, walking under a ladder, throwing salt over your shoulder, opening an umbrella inside, which is another good one, and saying God bless you after a sneeze, and carrying a rabbit's foot.
Carrying a rabbit's foot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really?
Carrying a rabbit's foot. What is
I've
that?
never had a rabbit's foot to carry before.
I've never had a rabbit.
No.
Well, say I know where the God bless you thing comes from, because the superstition was that a sneeze was your soul trying to escape.
Ah.
Really?
But
I hear that on The Simpsons.
No.
That's where I learned that.
But another one, when I was a kid, right, this is a weird one. When you look in the mirror, you ever notice when you look closely in the mirror, you end up with a slight ghost imprint? So, like, say I used to put my teeth out, like that, you could just, obviously you can't see because there's no camera, but there used to be a slight, almost like second shadow, and I used to believe as a kid that was my soul. So, like, if I put my hand close, I could see almost like a second line.
That's just a bad mirror, I think.
I've never noticed.
Oh, your eyes. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Broken.
It's really hard. Next time you go, I don't know if you have B&M bargain mirrors like I have in my house.
I don't know what they are.
But if you ever go close, it's something to do with how far the foil is away from it's something to do with lamination process.
So you're getting a slight reflection off the glass in front.
Yeah, that's it, and it gives you like a staggered, almost spectral kind of thing, but it gives a very slight shadow
like
of myself.
Ghosting.
And I remember as a kid, I used to think that's my soul.
I've never heard that before. I've never noticed that either.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I think on them. Yeah, you get a.
I always believed that was my soul as a kid. Which is a
No,
bit
you've
weird.
got no soul left.
Not anymore.
Well, no, I'm also ginger, so yeah, that
What about the
That's
walking
fine,
under the ladder one? Because that's...
I think window
it
cleaners
could be
invented
dangerous. Potentially it could be dangerous, but
that. No, I don't know.
but should it bring you bad luck after that?
Is it
If
because
you've
you
got-
might get a pot of paint on your head or
Yeah,
Could be where it came from. Yeah.
a wet sponge
must be.
It's the safety thing.
That's
or a dry
slightly,
sponge?
slightly rational. Could
I
be,
suppose it's
because
yeah,
it could be
fear of
dangerous.
having something landing on your head. Well, like a break in a mirror, that's a weird one. It's like 7 years
yeah,
bad
7
luck.
years bad luck.
See, I did that when I was about 12 or 11, I think, and I thought that was it for 7 years. And to be fair, in hindsight, it probably was. I was buggered for 7 years then after that, I think.
Everything
Or was I
was
just a
okay.
teenager?
You said that with such a stern look on your face. You believe in it then?
Yeah, because, well, I don't fully... As I've got older, I'm more into the science, I'm more into the facts. But there's still a part of me, because growing up, being taught things, like I reckon our mum was a bit to blame for that. Quite superstitious.
She always used to say, didn't she, don't eat too quick or else you make yourself sick. Or
Yeah, things like
It
that.
was always like putting the fear of God in you
Yeah.
because of that. That's weird.
Very
Yeah.
cautious about things. So yeah, and you taught about these things like the number 13 and whatever. Where does that come from anyway? Maybe you should Google that one.
Google it. Tom,
Google it, number
Tom
13.
never says anything.
And
Well,
the
you
black
can't get a
cat,
word in
what's
edgeways,
the
can you?
black cat across the garden path or something?
It's to do with like all the
It's
pagan stuff.
It's
I
to
think.
do with witches and
Witches
pagans.
and-
Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay.
Ceremony and
Well, I've
ceremony.
got a black cat. I personally think he's a communist spy, but you know, I do. I think he's a communist spy. I think he's reporting back to the Russian government because he is a bit sneaky.
What, in your life?
Yeah, sneaky Russian cat. Yeah.
That's another thing.
dear.
If pets could talk, that'd be a scary thought, wouldn't it?
Well, that's probably a good thing they can't really, isn't it?
Well, I think they do talk to us. I mean mine gives me a look that basically tells me to get. I can't even say that because the homosexual community will be offended. Go away, Alex.
They've changed.
Get changed to a 90-degree angle, good sir.
Or any angle you might wish to
Or
use.
any angle that you don't find offensive, because 90-degree might be offensive.
Yeah, it could be.
What about throwing salt over your shoulder? What's that all about?
I think that's pagan orientated as well.
Is it?
But-
Yeah, this number 13 is a lot of religious stuff.
No.
About there being 13 people at the Last Supper.
Ah,
Could
okay.
be that.
That explains a lot.
Or there's 13 full moons in a year.
Ah.
And then lots of
What?
stuff like
Unless
that.
it's cloudy.
So that's it.
There you
No,
go
I
then.
mean, it
So,
was-
so it's basically going back to a time when people didn't really know enough.
Is it Chinese whispers like
they made
most
stuff
things
up.
tend to be?
Yeah.
It's got to be, hasn't it?
Well,
Made
it's
things
how a story becomes myth, a myth becomes a legend, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, as obviously nowadays we have pens, paper, computer. We have ways to record records. Back then, 1,000 years ago, you passed it on by word of mouth. And as you say, Chinese whispers. You know, I might tell Tom I caught a fish that was 10.5 pounds.
That's a bloke thing, and it
Yeah.
always exaggerates.
That's it. So Tom might turn around and say, "Oh, my mate Alex, he caught a fish that was 12.5 pounds," and then suddenly he gets 6 people down. It was 270 pounds. This shark that he pulled out at Ilkeston Canal. Yeah, and that's what happened. It came out of the trolley as well, and a couple of motorbikes.
It's like the
trouble,
Bible. It's like the Bible thing. It was written by, was it monks or something, hundreds of years after the event, or you know, with all the whole birth of Christ and all that.
So that
sort of
story
thing.
could have changed quite a lot by then.
Well, yeah. I mean, if
Chinese
you tell
whispers.
somebody in the pub about something,
Well, like the workplace. I mean, I think we're going to talk about the workplace at some point, but
yeah.
the way things get around in the workplace, people just like a story for a start, and then
they embellish
they
it.
just want to tweak it a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's subconscious, but people definitely do it.
I think people have their own. I think we all tell white lies to kind of, because everyone likes an interesting story. And it's no point me saying to Tom, I bought a new car, say it's quite fast. If I turn around and say I've just bought a 3,000 brake Supra for 20 grand, you're going, wow, that's cool. You know, I've just lied, but you know, he's not going to know unless I don't turn up to it at practice.
It's true, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's true. What about strange rituals? Or OCD's a kind of a separate topic, but what about strange rituals? Do you do
I think-
anything? Do
I
you have
used
to
to
do
a
like?
lot. When I was younger, I used to be terrible. Yeah, really bad.
But I bet you on a day-to-day basis you do things in a set order, because I do every single day.
Yeah, I do, but that's partly because I'm really bad at like time management.
You're consistently late, so you do that.
I'm
every day.
consistently late, so in the morning I have to do everything the same to get to work on time. Otherwise, I will not get to work on time.
Yeah.
Why don't you just
So I
get
have
up
to
10
do
minutes
everything the
early?
same. I can't.
That's what I said.
It's a shame we haven't got another late person here to try and explain how you can be late to everything. It's weird, but I don't know how to
A late
explain it.
person. Is that the
Just a late person.
They're not really.
It's
They're late.
It's called being. It's tardiness. Is late.
Tardiness?
Tardiness. Yeah, that's the
Is
proper
it?
word for it.
Is it down to authority? Do you think? Is it a case of I'm not doing it because is it?
Because
Does
you
it
told me
stem
to
back?
do it.
Yeah.
It maybe stems
Psychological.
back.
Is it
to
pushing
when I
the
was-
boundaries all the
yeah,
time?
I do like to push the boundaries with everything, but I'm not sure if it relates to that. I don't know really. Probably.
I think it probably does.
If I had my way, there wouldn't be any clocks, or it would just be like the sun.
The world would be in chaos.
And time to me is necessary, but I don't like it.
It's true though about like they say that like teenagers and stuff. Like I mean, you suffered a lot, didn't you, when you was younger about staying in bed and getting up slightly later, being a night owl.
Oh yeah.
And they do say that
Yeah.
teenagers naturally the hormones are shifted, aren't they? So there's some schools I think that like try it. They do like 10 o'clock starts and
Yeah,
finish a little
apparently
bit
it's
later.
just a thing, a fact now. When I was a teenager, though, it wasn't really known. I just felt like I was lazy because it's wrong, you know. I couldn't get out of bed, literally. And it lasted till I was about 21, 22.
Tom's unzipping himself. What are you doing, Thomas? Getting warm.
Yeah, I didn't want to take it off because it made too much noise.
Well, you just made a big deal about
I
it.
committed in the end. I put it all out.
So
But yeah, I don't know.
I'm the
Like
opposite. I have to be on time.
But even if I work night shift, I'd probably struggle to be there on time. It's not just about getting out of bed, really.
Yeah.
Just late for stuff.
So are you even late to something genuinely important, like say a
My
job
wedding.
interview?
No.
My wedding, we actually got him to stay at Sonia's house, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You actually
Which is where we
stopped
are.
over, so he wasn't late the
Yeah.
next day. So it was all kind of together. We set the dog on you in the morning. He was still in
Yeah.
bed, wasn't he?
Yeah. No, generally important things, I'm cool now. I'm pretty
A
good.
lot better than you used to be.
But I'm quite chilled. My partner will tell you that. I'm super chilled out about stuff. I don't like that feeling of getting worked up about time. I've got to get there. I've got to catch a plane. You know, I want to be sort of like, we're going to catch a plane. That's cool. Because that's the way I deal with. I've learned over the years to deal with my sort of fears or my what's the word? You know, and just sort of when you get worked up about something or you
Anxiety.
anxiety that everyone gets
Yeah.
with catching a train or whatever it might be. I've had to learn to deal with that in a certain way because I had a lot of issues with anxiety and stuff. Irrational anxieties where you shouldn't be feeling anxious, you shouldn't be stressed. I had that a lot when I was younger, so I developed a way of kind of being chilled, and that's crossed over into things where perhaps you should be worked up. Like, we've got to get to the train station now or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
I tend to be chilled because that's my way of dealing with everything. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a good thing, but not.
In a
in
modern
some ways.
world, it's not you that's the problem. It's everybody else.
I wouldn't say that, but
No, it's true though, isn't it? Because
it's
you're
just the way
like
things are.
you're
but-
trying to be relaxed and just do things at your own pace, and I think
Yeah.
You can't do
that's
that
a
in the
good thing.
modern
But you
world.
can't do that in a modern
can't.
world.
No, you have
There's
to
just not
conform.
enough hours in the day.
So
Yeah.
everything nowadays is so regimented. I mean, my mum just left a job because it was taking her an hour to get to work, and anywhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours to get home for a minimum wage job.
Yeah, it's not
But
worth
if
it.
they gave her 15 minutes flex, so if she could have started 15 minutes early and finished 15 minutes late,
Yeah.
she'd have stayed there, and it would have made her journey half an hour there, half an hour back,
Yeah.
save driving to a train station, to get on a train, to then get a train back, to then drive back home from a train station.
I have the same problem. Currently at work where me and Chris are. They've changed all the parking. There's been like the road that leads into the industrial estate, as it were, is double yellow lined all the way down. So all the cars that were on there, and that was including me, because
There were like 50, 60 cars on there before, weren't there?
yeah, and obviously there's only so many places in the car park. So they've got double yellows there, and the place we did have to park is shut down. So they've numbered all the spaces in the car park at work, and I've not been allocated one because I've not been there long enough. So it's causing major problems for me to get back to pick children up from school.
So what do they expect you to do? Get a bloody helicopter?
It's a nightmare. So I'm borrowing spaces each week. I mean, because literally I leave at 2:30, 2:32 in the afternoon I'll leave, and the kids come out to school at 3.
Yeah.
And it takes me half an hour. So it's literally,
You have to get going
to
straight
the
away,
minute.
Yeah.
And now I'm 10-minute walk. Well, not 10 minutes, about 5-minute walk, isn't it? So it's caused.
This is the thing, right? Go back to what you were saying about you having to conform to society and the way things are. I think about it a little bit more. I think that's the problem with me. I think about it a bit more as a bigger picture. So in my ideal world, if I was like a business owner, I'd probably just say to people, yeah, just knock 15
long as-
minutes
yeah.
off every day, and we'll pay you. What would that be? And then
Get your hours in, as long as you do your hours.
well, no, I'd say, well, we'll shorten your contract if you want by 15 minutes every day. But as you know, our place wouldn't do that for one person.
Oh, it's so strict. Yeah.
But
Well,
for
that's
me, I
exactly
can't
what I'm
see an
gonna
issue
try and
with
do.
it. I'd just think, well, yeah, if that's what you need to do that 15 minutes, and we'll just pay you less.
That's it. I think.
Or if you're struggling one day,
yeah.
you've got young kids,
Just a bit of
like I
flex.
do.
Yeah.
Go and have a nap for half an hour
Yeah.
and come back fresh.
Yeah. We'll take it out. We'll take it out your
Don't
wages.
get paid.
Yeah.
That's
They do
what
that
I
in
do.
Japan, don't they?
Sleep
Yeah.
pods,
Well, they've
yeah.
got some
Nap
sense,
rooms
haven't they, in
and
Japan?
stuff, yeah.
But
Yeah.
in the UK,
And
I
our
think,
culture, we're working the
well,
longest
we're in a
hours
bit more of a
Europe as well.
traditional setting, factory environment, aren't we? So
Yeah, yes.
If you went to the-
Regimented in the word, isn't it? But
yeah, if you went to the gaffer and said, "Oh, I'm struggling," I don't know what they'd say, but
No, most of them just turn around and just go and get back out there.
well, probably,
You
yeah.
know,
But people have lives and people have things going off in the
and this
background.
is it.
I was actually told at my previous job, I was in, I've said this hundreds of times on this, but doctor's surgery, I was actually told to stop gigging with the band because I was tired in the morning. It says you've had a gig and you look really tired. You shouldn't do any more gigs. It's like, what? How can you tell somebody in their own personal life not to do something? If it's affecting your work, fair enough, but I still turned up dead on time. I just looked tired.
Well, I got told
Yeah,
a similar
everybody
thing,
gets
in fact, more or less the same thing. So, what was it? Like, I used to get off overtime on, say, a Saturday. If we were gigging on a Friday, I'm
Yeah.
not going to go into work on. And then kick off.
Yeah.
I says, well, I've got a life. What's that phrase? You work to live. You don't live to work.
Yeah.
But as you
More
were
to
saying,
life.
well, the problem with this country is, you're totally right. We have no flex. It's like me. One day, hopefully, I'll be an employer. And if someone says to me, Alex, I've got to sort this out.
We're both coming to work for you.
yeah, probably do it for you.
But if someone says to me, I'm dealing with, let's say someone's moving house, for example. I know, personally, from moving house and things falling through, it can get really down to the wire.
Well, they do say that and getting married is the two
Yeah.
most stressful things in life. I think having a child is more stressful, but
That's more
it's
stressful.
more or less moving house is one of the
Yeah.
top. Yeah.
But I don't know. There should be a little bit more
Yeah, and
understanding.
we just don't
flexible.
have it in this country.
They just think you're taking the what's it.
Yeah.
If you've got an issue, they think you're just trying to get away from some other reason or whatever it might be. But
Yeah.
Now, my company seems alright. They'll go out of their way to help you out, really.
really,
Yeah.
So it's not
a lot of
everywhere,
people have shifted shifts around because of buses and things.
Yeah.
Like the bus comes at a certain time, they need to finish
I
early or
think
late.
come and get a job with you then, dude.
I think because it's
Maybe
a
it's-
massive corporation,
Yeah.
they probably have to a bit
Well, they've
more.
got more manpower, haven't they?
maybe it's a bit more forward thinking though. I think some more modern companies or office based.
We do
companies are
their
a bit
Yeah,
more
the
the
flexible.
split, yeah, tend to be a
split
bit more
paternity
forward.
thing, they offer that now,
Yeah.
which was quite a forward thinking thing.
Yeah.
What's the company? I know I'm not going to mention the name, but what is it? Is it a UK company?
Yeah,
Or is
I
it
think they
American
are.
or something?
pretty sure
They're
it's
UK.
UK. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Supermarket.
Yeah, one of the big four.
One of the big four. So I don't know, maybe it's just our place or a manufacturing environment.
Yeah, no, it is manufacturing.
They're worried about numbers and statistics, aren't they? And
that's it. Because
production.
When I left my old place, don't get me wrong, my old place before I went self-employed, they were relatively flexible. They were pretty good. I just didn't want to work for anyone. There's nothing personal against them. But the place I've worked previously, it was exactly the same. There was absolutely zero flex. And as I've explained this to people, you have to understand that people aren't machines. People are people.
Yeah, they're not robots.
That's it. You've got to give and take, and you'd be amazed. You can offer someone overtime money, but if you pick it off and you offer me time and a half, I'm going to go, no, screw you. I'd rather you lose contract.
Yeah.
Whereas if I need to sort something out and they give me half an hour of my day to say make a phone call to my mortgage, let me sit in an office in the quiet, I'm much more willing to do an extra half an hour for nothing.
Yeah, you're going to help them out.
I'll help them because
this is the thing
me.
as well about getting the best out of people. Yeah. So because everyone's so different, you've got to treat everyone on an individual basis.
As an individual, that's it.
And then try and get the best out of that person. What works for me
might not work
ain't going to work for Tom or whatever. And that's going to get the best out of you. You're going to work a bit harder and bend over. Like if they need you to go in one day, you'll be like, yeah, cool, if you can.
And I used to do that because they gave me the flex. But no, I think as a country, we need to be a bit more, understanding of people being people and not robots, and companies not living in 1890.
I think one of the worst places, I'm not going to name the name, but a big car company. They're supposed to be hugely proper regimented there, and I think they have to do.
Because they're Japanese.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they have to do. There's a few people I've known who've just literally left the place because it was horrendous. But they have to do the exercises and things in the morning.
Yeah, I got offered a job then. I turned it down.
Yeah, because of it. The money's good, but
I don't mind the exercise thing. To be fair, I think that would be a good thing in most places.
Circulation
and
going.
a bit of camaraderie going, but I think they do other things that are a bit.
Yeah. They have to clock out for toilet breaks and things like that. That's just ridiculous. But it's because they're on a line because it's a big production.
They can't stop the line. That's fair enough, but. Clocking out.
We're kind of deviating a little bit away from what we were talking about, but that's the whole point of this, really, just to ramble on. Let's go on to OCD, so obsessive compulsive disorder as it's known. I think, Chris, you got... I'm sorry I'm naming you again.
I'm a lost cause.
We're picking on you today, but mind you, I think we've all got it.
Yeah.
Tom, you say something because you
I have a nighttime routine. I just go around, check all the plugs and the light sockets, make sure they're all off, check the doors.
Yeah.
I think that's an OCD thing, or just
Would you do them do you start at a certain plug or at a certain door?
No, I've not only been watching TV, so it starts in there.
Yeah.
And you just go through.
Obviously there's...
But you do it even though you probably know, really.
Even if it's not been turned on,
Or
still
whatever,
check it,
Yeah, that's kind of OCD.
That's a safety thing now. I think if you're doing it 15 times, if you're trying a door handle 15 times...
Sometimes you get paranoid about the oven being on and getting gassed.
Yeah.
And that's probably
I just tend to set my oven on fire quite a lot because I forget about it and worry about gas.
You don't know how to work an oven, do you?
I can't work
that's a washing machine.
No, I can use my washing machine, just not very well. I don't operate an iron, I don't own an iron.
You just chuck your washing in, put the powder and stuff in, press go.
Yeah, but it's got so many different settings. It's got training settings, it's got stuff for synthetic.
Training?
Trainers.
Trainers?
Yeah, it's got trainer settings, it's got I don't know what's a synthetic, it's got cotton, it's got sheep wool stuff. I don't know, I just chuck everything in at 40 degrees, black, white, whatever colour it is, it all goes in. If colour runs, so be it, they become work clothes.
You just need one button, don't you?
I just want
a big green button.
a big green button that says go and a red one that says stop. That's all I want. Do you know what? I should invent a man washing machine.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Where it just has
on and off.
Yeah, it just has on off, and it says running cycle 40 minutes. Get a beer.
Yeah, that's what you need, isn't it?
You know what I mean? You have 35 minutes to get to the pub and back. You're going to walk the dog. You're going to see a man about a dog.
You can see my dad used to say that all the time, didn't he? You can see a man about a dog.
You can see a man about a dog. Where's that come from?
I don't know.
And I'm just going to cut in on this bit here because this is where we start rambling on about zombies and things like that, so it might sound a bit strange how we come back in, but we continue to talk about horror movies and strange things like that.
Not playing any
You've
of
really got an irrational fear against, well, it's not irrational really, of horror movies and stuff, haven't you? Tom,
them. No,
you don't like them?
I don't like them, no. It's because I don't mind watching them, but then afterwards I'll be trying to sleep and I'll be seeing like The Grudge coming out the
Oh, The Grudge is that.
TV. That's the wrong film. That was a ring with the
It's
TV.
that noise, isn't it?
Yeah.
Horrible noise.
Be imagining that and hearing things all night.
It is horrible. I can't watch The Grudge.
No.
I think, is it The Ring? That
Yeah,
one,
with the
that
TV.
freaky.
That's pretty cool.
That is. It's brilliant, but I started watching something the other week and I forgot it was a remake of Flatliners. You remember Flatliners from the 80s?
Remember the
Kevin
name.
Bacon and
Yeah. Yeah.
what's his face? I'm rubbish with names. But Flatliners, where they all like basically kill themselves and then bring themselves back to life. I'm not selling this film very much, but they see what happens when they go under for so long. They made a remake, and I said, Sonia, I'll watch that. It was a brilliant film. I didn't realise it was a horror film. I forgot it was a horror film, and I watched it. I had to turn it off halfway through because I was frightened to death. Sad.
I thought you liked horror films.
I'm 41, for God's sake.
See, nothing like that
Scared
bothers
by
me.
film.
I like horror
I don't
films. I
really
like
bother
being
me.
frightened, but Jesus Christ.
I like some like Chucky. I like Chucky.
Yeah, I think that's got a
That
bit
was
of a
like
comedy
that.
value to it, though, hasn't
Yeah,
it? to an
Nightmare on
extent?
Elm Street and that
Yeah.
sort of
It's
stuff.
like the
Classic.
clown thing.
It's just
isn't it?
ghosts and
Yeah, it's
paranormal.
paranormal
Don't like
activity. That is
paranormal.
one that gets me.
Some of the best poltergeist, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Poltergeist
watched them
too.
when I was about 12.
Yeah,
And
that was.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, so the thing I was saying about my dad and the whole zombies thing, so he's got an irrational fear of zombies. We don't know where it comes from. He doesn't know, but a ritual that he has to do every single night, and he says he's done this literally since he was a little boy. Bearing in mind he's now 56. In his head, he has to load a 9mm pistol and do the hand action.
I'm sure he'd be really pleased that you're telling me.
This is he told me about it, and I remember looking at him going out. He says he does it every night. He sits in bed and he does the gun shape with his hand. He does that, loads it,
Really?
makes all the clicking noises, and he puts it under his pillow. But no, and he says he's done it literally since he was a kid. He says, and he says if he does not do it, he says he cannot sleep. He says he'll be panicking all night.
That is strange, isn't it?
I used to have a lot of rituals and things when I was younger, in my teenage years, I think.
Like
They've
what?
kind of gone now, generally. I had to do just checking stuff, like Tom was saying, really. Quite bad. And sometimes some things I have to do a certain amount of times. So that's where you
I
get
still
into
do that a
OCD.
little bit now.
I don't really do that anymore. I don't
Certain
think, but-
numbers like 4 and 9 was my kind of, I had to do certain times. And I had to
I
wait
tend to
for
work
the-
in 3s and
this,
7s.
This is a
Yeah,
weird
I like
one I
threes.
used to do.
I like 4s and 8s and 16s.
4s and 9s. But
Multiples of
I
4.
still
Being
do
a drummer.
this.
Maybe, yeah. 4-4.
There's still a weird one I used to do. I used to wait for the alarm clock, and I see like a digital clock on the side of the bed. They had to add up to that number. And that was a weird one I had to do.
How do you mean?
And I really had to work hard to get rid of that.
I couldn't go if it was an odd number. Sometimes I still have to do
I had
that.
to wait until it added up to that number. So, for example, if it was like 1032, so 1, a 3 and a 2, it'd add up to 6. But I had to wait till it got to 9. But then if it was double figures, if it was like 10, trying to work out my sums in my head now.
Like
I would say if it was like 8,
1058.
no, if it was like 832, and that'd be what?
13.
11.
Yeah, 11.
And
yeah.
then I'd have to add the 2 1s together. So that'd be 2. And I just had to continuously
Oh my
do that. That was proper.
I never
messed
got
up.
Are you
like that.
Chinese by any chance?
No, I'm
Does
just
they like
mental, I think.
maths? Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
What did you say?
Doesn't matter. Hopefully the mic didn't pick it up, but just what I should
No,
have said.
seriously, I
I
have to do
can't-
things like that. I have to do
I
things
can't
with
set
numbers.
my alarm. Any alarm clock. I've got about 7 alarms in the morning. You know, just do, on the phone there's like 5. Then
I've got
there's
3
another
for the
one.
morning.
Really?
Yeah, but I can't set them on an odd number. Even now, I think that's just habit from when I was younger. But it has to be an even number.
Yeah, I think that's kind of normal.
That's
isn't it,
probably
really?
fairly normal, but it got a bit intense.
Actually,
when I
I'm
was
the
younger.
opposite. You know,
But it can drive you mad. It can literally drive you
Yeah,
mad.
oh,
Because
yeah,
absolutely.
you're waiting and waiting and waiting for the right number, and then you add them together, and then you think, oh god, that's the wrong number. I've got to wait again.
What about
It's like
TV?
weird. You know, if it was 11:11, that was perfect. I could go to sleep then because it added up to 4. proper weird. I've never told anybody that,
crazy,
even my missus. Strange. Yeah, weird, isn't it? So you do things, and I don't think you realise you're doing them. I don't do it now, thank God.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything particularly.
What about like
Odd
volumes
that
on your CD
I was just
player
about
and
to
stuff?
say, no, I
Yeah.
have to have odd numbers.
A lot of
Yeah, I
people-
have to have evens on volume.
It
I haven't
depends
got
on
a
the
number
car.
on mine, so I
but
don't know what it is.
That's alright then.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
yeah, my Volvo has got it, but then again, I broke stereo, so it doesn't matter. So
Do you have, what do you do, Tom? Do you have to be even?
I'm not
or-
fussed. Yes,
No,
whatever.
not
Yeah.
But you said something about, when we was coming up with these topics about the volume on your TV not being 13, or is that just like a...
I think that's mainly now we've got a baby upstairs. I feel like if it's on 13, it's going to be bad luck, and she's going to wake up and scream on her.
So that is kind of a ritual.
Maybe.
Kind of weird.
Goes back to the superstition though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
13.
OCD, I mean, you wash your hands like a lot. Not as bad as you used to.
Nowhere
be,
near as bad as it used to
But
be.
your hands are red raw, weren't they, when you used to do it?
What it is, really, it goes back to a fear. I've got my only phobia, really. A lot of things don't really bother me, but my only fear is being sick. Right, and there is a name for that. I can't remember what it's called now. But it's a proper phobia. It's not just a fear, and it's affected my whole life. So that's why I used to wash my hands a lot. Because I'm not particularly scared of bacteria, and I don't. If I'm going to get a cold or something like that, it doesn't really bother me. To be honest, I'm cool with that. But it's the being sick thing that I just
See,
can't
I
stand
try
it.
not to wash my hands too much, believe it or not.
Yeah,
so,
well, that- yeah.
so when I'm eating stuff, you know, if I've got a bit of dirt on my hands or some oil or something, you know,
I don't really mind that.
no,
It's
I
when
can't-
I've been with a lot of people or I've been in public.
I've
or
just
on a
used
bus
our what do you call these?
Yeah,
telecommunication unit.
It's search engine. We're not supposed to mention these big brands, but it's. Can you pronounce that? Emetophobia.
Emetophobia. Yeah,
Emetophobia is a phobia that causes overwhelming, intense anxiety pertaining to vomiting.
Yeah,
Or is that
it's
when you vomit? Oh, it's a lovely conversation.
It's a horrible conversation. But that's where it.
Emetophobia.
That's why that came about. It's not as bad as it used to be. But I get worse in the winter.
Because there's so many
because
bugs
Being
flying
in
around.
the UK, we get to sort of like end of November.
I
or
always
something,
find though
I
that
get used
when
worse.
you are sick, which luckily it's not too often, I would be sick tonight now. It's just, where did that come from? It just don't seem to have any logic behind why you were sick in the first place. Unless you've been drinking, obviously, or something like that. I was sick every weekend when I was drinking.
I
But
just wonder why you looked
I
at me then.
I can't let me be. But yeah, well,
Yeah, it's not a nice thing.
I think
but
it's
that,
just random. So it's like, it is irrational in a way, because you think, well, why are you worrying about it? Because
It's completely irrational, yeah.
like most things are.
I've basically spent the last however many years, 20 years probably longer, with that phobia, and anyone's got a real phobia about whatever it might be, heights or anything, can affect everything day to day. Like, it's not just a slight fear, it's a proper thing, so
anxiety.
it affects you.
See, the fear of heights is you're only born with one fear or something. I can't remember which one it is, but I think you're born with one particular fear, aren't you, when you're a baby, and everything else is due to environment. So. But fear of
so,
heights
yeah.
is like lemming effect, isn't it? Because when I go up like really high,
You
I
start,
want to jump off.
Yeah, you start.
No, seriously.
No, I know.
They
no,
call
no,
it the lemming
I know,
effect.
I know exactly what you mean because
I
I've
don't
had-
like heights.
Because I've had it before. Because I used to be terrified of heights. I won't go up more than 2 steps on a ladder. And I had a big argument about with one of the guys I work with at a company because I would not go up this ladder to do some welding up on something. I said, I'm not going up there. He's like, it's your job. I said, I don't care. I've got no harness, no none of this. I'm not going up that ladder. And big argument, lots of trouble. But yeah, I've always been scared. I'm a little bit claustrophobic, but again, I've got better. But I would say one of my big fears is crowds. A big problem with crowds.
It's quite a common one, I think.
Agoraphobia. is it?
Yeah, as I tend to, if people get too close, I've got a tendency to actually lash out at people because I don't like a bit of
You need
space.
to get out of it.
Yeah,
out of the
I went
situation.
to a gig a few years ago and I actually punched a lad because I shouldn't have done. I didn't mean to. Well, I'm obviously meant to, but not
So you
intentionally.
panicked.
I panicked and I just clocked him straight round the side of the head.
Well, according to this,
See it.
our friendly neighbourhood search engine again, it is stated that human beings are only born with 2 fears: the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. So dread of monkey. So yeah, 2 fears you're apparently born with: fear
Loud
of falling
noises.
and loud noises.
Well, that's embedded in us. It's like
I ain't got a fear of loud noises.
it's not loud noises. It's like, so you know, like
Is
a
it like
dog's
being
bark.
frightened? Or...
You know, it's like a dog's bark. So naturally, there was a time where I had a dog live next to me. I remember telling you guys, and it was barking all night. It drove me mental. And the problem was, because it was a sharp sound, naturally my body kept releasing adrenaline. I did a lot of reading
kind
about
of winds you up.
Yeah, that's
that,
it. So I was sat there literally debating whether or not to burn this next door's house down, because I
I
wasn't
just like take the dog out.
Well, I honestly thought about kicking the door out and just releasing the dog and just letting it out. But because it's a sharp jolt, your body naturally pumps up in adrenaline. So I ended up lying there being stiff, tense.
So I
and
haven't got
sweating.
fear of loud noises, but when you say it like that, it's kind of.
I haven't got.
it makes sense.
Is it really a fear though, or is it just a reaction?
Yeah, it's a primal reaction.
Yeah.
It's a bit like fireworks. I don't hate fireworks. I'm not keen on them because they make me jump. I don't like things that make me jump.
They're just pointless.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on fireworks.
That's a bit more rational though, isn't it? Because it could be dangerous.
Yeah.
Loud noise.
Yeah, I
You're
think
going
it
to
probably
look and you're going to
stems
think
back from literally before, like Adam and Eve
Like-
were here. And,
sirens.
yeah.
An emergency vehicle or an alarm going
Yeah.
off. Designed to make you.
It's an alert system,
Alert,
I suppose, yeah. Tom, you haven't said much. Are you nodded off yet?
No, I'm still here.
You sure?
Just taking it in.
Have you got any OCD type things that you can think of?
No, I think we did mine with the checking stuff.
Hmm.
That's about it.
You tried the door handle several times when you lock your door?
Yeah.
Because I'm the opposite. When I lock the door, front door, I don't even check it. That's weird, isn't it?
I'd
I
just check
don't, to
it
be fair.
once. I'll just check it
I don't.
once.
I'll just lock it
yeah,
because I know it's locked.
I just
as
hear
it
the
goes
locks
to click.
click.
Probably check mine 2 or 3 times in the morning. Then I'll lock it, check it, go and open my gate, check it again, and then go to the car.
That's weird.
That is a bit OCD. I do that sometimes when we're going out for the day or on holiday. I have to check things a few times.
Mm.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If I'm going to work in the morning, I ain't got time. I've just got to go.
You should sleep in your car.
I should sleep at work. Let's go
I'm
back to
paranoid
work
of
at
people in my
night.
garden.
Hey?
I'm a bit paranoid of people in my garden because once I had a load of coppers running through, and ever since I've always been paranoid of people in my garden. I don't know, it's my castle. Get out my castle. That's my
Yeah.
castle.
I suppose once that happens, you're going to
Yeah.
be on
So
alert.
I
I
got
think
one.
that's a natural thing, being like protective of your
Yes.
house.
Your
I'm
territory.
saying.
That
Yeah.
happened to me a couple of years ago. Someone ran through all the gardens down the back. What was happening?
And then
But it does
you're just worried about it all the time, then, aren't you?
Yeah. It was really hot in the summer. I was in a conservatory just in my pants. You there just running through the garden. Right.
Enough to scare anybody off, Tom. That.
Then he
give him
tried
a
to
wave.
jump over next door's hedge because it was really tall. He couldn't get over it, so he kept trying. It just
And then
got
he saw you
funny.
with pants and
Then he kind of looked, and I was like. Then he just dove through the hedge.
fear of
Sat there in your box with a paper.
pantophobia.
Good morning.
That's the norm, isn't it, in the summer? All clothes come off. And
Well, the norm on my road in the summer is for the we're all laughing
Here we go.
because you know the area that I live in. It's quite normal for you to go down the bottom of where I live and find one particular family with their settee out in the middle of the road, their TV and a little coffee table, all sat with beers in their hands. Just sit and watch TV outside and run a few extension plugs.
That is awesome.
yeah, can you blame them? You would do if you could.
Yeah, but they're in the middle of a housing estate with a it's terrace, isn't it?
Yes, he's
Got no dignity.
Why don't they go out the back?
because
Well, you know, it's a bit more private.
I can't say what I was going to... Because they're obviously...
You're really bad. You're talking to
Yeah,
them.
because they are obviously lower IQ citizens than what I'm used to spending my particular time with.
Okay.
Like going to work.
Yeah, such as that magical place at work, you know,
Probably
to pay
just-
into the system like most of us do. But I won't go down that road.
Maybe it's just
That's a
laziness.
topic for another day.
You know, it's a bit shorter distance to get out the front door.
They
Rather
are,
than the
they
back.
are all grotesquely fat. So
Probably
I'm
where the
gonna go
TV
yes.
socket is.
Eh?
That's where the TV aerial socket is. Probably.
Thanks, Tom. He's just come up with the obvious answer why they go out the front. Yeah.
Well, what's less obvious to me is
Rational answer.
the rational answer is why don't you turn your TV off for a bit and just go outside?
Then you have to socialise and talk
Just
to
get a
people.
job.
I don't. I just stick headphones in and just walk and barge past people. But I'm still outside enjoying the sun. You have to talk to people. Headphones. And the great thing about headphones is most of the time I just stick them in so people don't talk to me. I can hear them. I just ignore them.
There's no music on.
No music. When I do my shopping, I put headphones in. I haven't got anything playing. I just don't want to talk to anyone.
Anyway,
Did we have another topic?
toilet habits, but I think Tom needs to go home. He's got to get up for work, bless him. Toilet
Don't really have any.
habits, Tom.
You need something to read if you're going to be there for a while.
Especially at work.
If you forget your phone, it's like the worst thing. You end up reading the back of shampoo and things. Done that plenty of times.
I can't.
Just
think
need
I've
the
ever done that.
distraction.
No, I'll just do what I do and then go.
Yeah, same.
Now, I'm a
really.
firm believer as a bloke that first thing in the morning when you go for your morning wee, it has to be a sit down one. You've got to treat yourself to that every day.
Yeah.
True.
But you don't want to use your legs, you just have to use them to get out of bed. Why would you want to use them any longer? Sit down for a minute, kiss and a break.
Yeah.
No.
Because you're probably half asleep, so if you stood up, it'd just
Oh
on
yeah,
the floor,
I'd
on the
probably be
rug.
all over the sink, all over the shower, up the wall, probably over the door handle, and I'd slip over in it.
Do you know the worst thing? I just think this is so funny. Luckily, it doesn't happen that often. When you're having it as a man, you stood up having a wee.
Yeah.
At home, not in a a urinal thing, but at home. And then a sneeze comes on. That is just
Every
like,
bloke
no.
has just
Like,
had
no.
that.
It's all up the seat.
That's just horrible.
everywhere.
And you just can't stop.
And if you stop a wee, it's
It's carnage.
dangerous,
It's
isn't it?
carnage.
I think
Yeah.
you could. I don't know. I think you might explode.
It's like the scene on Dumb and Dumber,
It's got to be fun. It's funny.
where it
though.
stings.
So I think what makes me laugh with blokes is, I mean, I'm 26. You're what? You're 30 odd. I can't remember how old I always forget how old you
30
are.
odd, he's 30.
Yeah.
I didn't. No, you are 31.
I am now, yeah.
You know, we've all had the same attire throughout our lives. You'd have thought
Are you talking about dangly bits?
Yes.
Alright.
I was trying to think of it politely. I call it
Oh,
schlong, but I like
postbars.
that word. It's a good word.
Slide from the python.
Yeah, that's it. So we've all had the same trouser snake our entire lives. But none of us have ever really learned how to make sure it goes in a straight line every time.
It's impossible.
No, it just goes off like a
There's
crazy
just
daisy,
too much.
doesn't it?
There's too much going off. Isn't
That's
there?
why someone invented urinals.
And do you
Yeah.
know
Just
what?
close your eyes
Yeah.
and go.
Yeah, but even when you go in some men's
Splash
toilet,
back.
Yeah,
I mean,
splash
what's
back.
going off? It's all over the floor.
I've seen a man asleep in the garden before.
Maybe that explains
Using
that.
it as a
Yeah.
seat.
Yeah, I think he go. I don't know if he thought. I don't know if he thought it was drinking fat. I ain't got a clue. But
We
you
should
know,
probably,
he was in it.
in this day and age, we should probably be made to sit down when we have a wee, shouldn't we? Really, like women do anyway.
It's a good
It's
job
a
we're not
bit
in Japan.
prehistoric though, the toilet in it. It's a
But you don't want
wonderful
to, do you?
invention, but
You don't want to.
Have you ever seen a French toilet where it's just a pothole in the ground?
I've
Like
seen
a
that in
Japanese
Japan.
toilet,
Yeah,
in
it's
Japan,
just a little.
yeah.
Yeah, that's and it's when I went to France when I was younger. It's the same. It's
just a hole.
yeah, it's literally just
Yeah.
like a plate made out of pot for you, so kind of grippy, and then literally a hole.
So
Yeah,
that's asking
yeah.
for trouble, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
No one's aim's that good.
I used to hate the old toilets in like olden pubs. You know,
Yeah.
like it used to be like a trough. You
With
know,
the,
like
with
a
the ice
lot-
cubes in the
With the
box.
ice cubes, it used to smell the blue ice
Yeah,
cubes,
yeah,
or
yeah.
the yellow. Some were
Blue
blue,
or
some
yellow,
were
yeah.
But
Red.
it'd just be everywhere down at the bottom where you stood, and it was
There's
just
still
like,
plenty of places like that. Though.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
But
The
yeah.
big metal ones.
Yeah,
And
the
they like
tops.
ping when you start
Yeah, that's
going
it.
on
Yeah.
because they're that cold.
And then you
Flashback.
kind of you look down at your shoes and you go, oh, I've got £90 high
Yeah.
tops on, and I'm pissed off.
I mean, sorry,
What you
Rock
need to
City was one of the worst places.
Oh,
It used to
dear.
be an inch. By the end of the night, it was an inch or well, I think it was water on the floor. And when you were trying to vomit in the toilet, and you had to hover.
you have to
It's
keep,
no good when you want to like
No,
lie on the
it's
floor,
not a
man.
good
You just,
situation.
oh god.
What you've got to do is give it
Sticky
you've got to have
carpets.
a bit of angle on it when you're weeing it. One of them big metal troughs or something. You've got to put some angle on it
Yeah,
so,
because you
it
just get splashed back in it.
so it sort of lessens the splashback a bit.
Yeah.
That's where the Japanese have got it sorted again. When you have separate slippers for the bathroom. So you change them when you
Yeah.
go in and change them when you
So
come
that's
out.
a very sensible idea.
You have your
I
piss
think we should go
slippers and
move
then...
to Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, your normal slippers.
They're just really practical about things, aren't they? And,
Mm.
you know, I like Japanese cars because of that.
I like RX-7s, they make me happy.
Oh, best car.
We was listening to a podcast though the other day, weren't we? About in fact it was today. It's been that long. I've been up since 4:30. About electric cars and Mazda not actually going into electric cars until 2035.
Is that what they said?
About? Yeah.
Yeah.
2035 is when they're supposed to be doing something about it.
They're going to have to do it before then.
Yeah,
be
there'll be
honest.
no fossil fuels.
Well, they've got those Skytech engines, haven't they? Which is supposed to be really, really clever.
Sky Active.
Sky Active, that's it. It's supposed to be really clever, but no, good on them. Fight the machine.
Yeah. You're not really.
No, I'm not for
full
electric.
No.
No, I like 2 strokes and rotary engines, lots of smoke, lots of
Right,
power.
we'll stop that conversation.
Lots of
We'll just
Deadpool
go off on
emitters.
one.
I would miss that and the noise. I'll be honest. Gotta miss that.
I think the electric cars would be dangerous because it won't make any noise.
They're starting to add noises to them. I think they are starting to.
What,
do
like
that.
sirens?
Maybe
Like
it's
a
pro-
word
maybe you can
noise.
download different noises and have what you
You can
want.
have a
on
Ferrari one day. And
them. Yeah.
Should have like David Hasselhoff speaking. That'd be mint,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
like
Or
that,
Kit out the car.
Yeah, Kit, definitely.
That'd be mint. Just as you go past, please mind the vehicle I'm coming through now.
a bit polite. You can have an Ilkeston version. What would that be?
Or Billy Connolly.
Cough.
You could have Billy Connolly talking. Oh yeah, coming through now, shit down the bloody road. Can anybody do accents? I
No.
can't
You're probably the best.
I
one
can't
for
do
that.
them very well, to be
I
fair.
can't do accents.
I could do Ozzy Osbourne. Sharon! No, I'm not going to do the Brummy accent. It's getting late. Tom's needing to sleep.
All right, then. What's your favourite accent?
Oh,
Or what's your favourite? What's your worst, least favourite?
for a lady.
Irish.
Irish.
Oh, 110%.
For a lady, yeah. Why
We all went
would
there.
we all think the same?
I
That's
don't
true.
know.
I was
Southern
trying to
Irish,
lose my
not-
Southern.
passport
Not
in Ireland, so I
the
didn't have to come
Torton
back.
laddie, not the Northern Irish. It's got to be Southern.
Yeah,
That's
I
lovely,
loved
innit?
it down there.
Yeah, redheads.
Yeah, man.
That's probably my favourite thing.
You see,
Italian, very close as well.
No, I don't like this.
No, you
this,
don't
and
like
this.
all that.
Yeah, I don't like
No.
I don't like the hand gesture thing.
Right. Okay. Worst.
What, for a woman? American, screaming, squeeky.
Well, any-
Squeechy?
You
Is that a
mean
new
California-
word? Squeaky American.
Squeaky
What about
California
Russian women?
accent.
They sound good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
Definitely.
I tell you,
Thai. I mean, I should know, but I like the Thai accent. Oh, the woman. The man sounds quite harsh, quite not angry, but
What about a bloke?
Abroad.
The favourite accent has got
bloke.
to be.
Scottish.
It's gotta be
maybe like
Scottish.
Billy Connolly. Billy Connolly.
What are you doing?
That's
Get
one
me
of my
drunk and
favourites.
I'll do it properly, but I can't,
See,
I can't do it.
see, I like the German accent just because it's angry.
I can't do it.
Everything's
harsh,
angry.
isn't it?
Nine, schnell. You just scream at everyone. It's like,
The
it's
two
good.
German words everyone knows.
Yeah. Scheiße. Mein Kampf. No, I can't remember that. I don't know what that one means.
That's Hitler's book.
Mein Kampf.
Is it? Well, it's a German word. I was in the right area.
It's like Liverpudlians, they spit. don't they?
Yeah.
So I can't do it. I can't think how to do it, but who else is there? Welsh.
I don't know about.
Welsh
I
is
like
really
it, I
hard to
think.
do. I can't do Welsh accents.
I quite like.
Alright,
Welsh.
Dave, alright. How's it going? Alright. That's about.
That was a little bit Liverpudlian.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're
But
very
very
close.
close. Yeah.
Yeah.
North.
There used to be a Welsh news reporter on Radio 1. You could never take him seriously with that
Yeah.
accent, even if it was like
Isn't
mass
it on
murder.
BBC News, wasn't it, as well?
It could have been, yeah. But he couldn't take him seriously.
You don't mean
I can't
Hugh
do
Edwards,
Welsh
do you?
accents.
Hugh Edwards.
Hugh Edwards, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Welsh
if he was on
guy.
radio, but yeah.
There's lots of sheep in Wales, isn't it? No, that's bloody Somerset, isn't it? Where's that from?
That's not
Yeah.
too far from
Yeah,
Wales either.
it wasn't.
They're all blurred.
I like
aren't
the
they? Newcastle. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Scottish.
No,
that sounds
I
Scottish.
don't like Georgians. I've got a particular dislike of the way Essex women seem to talk.
Mm.
I just listen to thinking, could you sound any more dense?
Maybe they're just the ones you've seen on Made in Essex or whatever.
Well,
it is.
that's why I don't have
Where's Essex?
any BBC channels. Because
There should be one called Made in Eastwood. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Made in Ilson.
I like the West Country accent,
West Country. What's that like?
like Dudley Brummy. So
Dudley. Alright, mate. How's
Yeah,
it going? You alright? I can't do
That's
accents.
Birmingham Way.
is that West? That's West Country, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I did a training course in Dudley. They're even slower than Birmingham's like that. But Dudley's a bit slower. You know, it's really, really slow like that, you know.
I think that's where my brother's from, because he speaks slower than that.
I think we just insulted the whole country.
It's amazing in our very small country
mate.
the difference in the dialect and the accent. It's brilliant. I love it.
In Britain, I think it's
Great.
got the biggest gap. Yeah.
I think that's just because we can hear it, we can tell more than other people can.
Has Nottingham got a
Got a
subtle accent?
We've
innit?
got certain
Totally.
things. It's like one of. I think I've touched on this one before, but the whole "A up me duck" thing.
I don't know where that comes
You
from.
ate me duck.
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know if it's Lancashire originally.
It's
Don't know.
basically
Yorkshire?
it's
Say Derbyshire.
mining. It's sort of mining community,
Right.
sort of colloquial language. I can't say the word.
Colloquial.
Yeah, colloquial language. I can't pronounce the word, but effectively it's a posh word for slang.
Yeah. There's a massive difference though between where we are. If you go just south of Nottingham, still Nottinghamshire, but just
Big
south of
difference.
the city,
Yeah.
they're a bit more Middle England, like
Yeah.
Leicester. A bit more. But then
Leicester
if you
got an accent.
yeah, but it's hard for us to tell. I think because they're quite close
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you go just slightly, we live sort of north Nottinghamshire, only
Yeah.
like 8-9 miles north of Nottingham, and it's quite different. Then you're getting into towards Derbyshire, and just within 10 or 15 miles, the accent's
It's
different. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Derbyshire and like even Stoke-on-Trent, like Robbie Williams.
Yeah. Sheffield.
Somebody's coming in.
Sheffield's only what 30 something.
I used to
miles from us?
work with a
That's quite
guy from
different.
Sheffield. He was brilliant. He used to say things like, "I'm going up road of a hill,
Yeah.
going up yonder." It's
South
wait for this
Yorkshire.
lady to walk through. Hello, lady. He used to be. He used to say things like, "I'm going up a hill," and I'd say, "You what? I'm going up a hill." You what?
Yeah.
Going down yonder,
Going
down
up
road.
road.
Going up road.
Down
yeah,
road.
it's a kind of a mining thing. I think
Cool.
that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a very subtle difference. But I think Scottish has got to be the funniest. Definitely.
Oh, you've got to go on a Facebook page called Scottish Tweets. You've got to read some of those. They are so funny.
Well, I did a gig once.
Scottish tweets.
Yeah.
A long while ago, I did a gig in Arbroath, and it's a little fishing village, but they've got McDonald's right in the middle of it. If you imagine like a field, and then you've got like a burger bar in the middle of it, it's that kind of random. But it's got massive M's. It's a like beautiful place, but they all talk so fast, all like, even worse than like Indians, you know, because they talk really, really quick.
Yeah.
And I could not understand them. Just talk for England. It's like, shut up. Shut up, me duck. Should we wrap this up? Thomas is nodding off.
Yeah.
It's because the lights has got turned off. It's got dark.
Everybody's gone to bed. Run my clock.
Yeah.
Everybody's yawning. We'll wrap this up then,
Yeah.
gents. And we'll see you next time. Brothers.
Well, that's this week's episode of Musicians and Mancaves done. So please share this podcast with your friends and family. Without you guys, we cannot keep putting these out. So a bit of support, a quick thumbs up, or a little comment at the bottom. That will really help us so we can put some more of these out each week. So you can subscribe on our YouTube channel. This will also give you the heads up of when the next episode is coming out. Or you can check us out on Facebook. In fact, the YouTube channel is Dreaded Monkey UK. Facebook channel is Dreaded Monkey Music, and the Instagram page is at dreaded_monkey_official. So that's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the usual. We've had an absolute blast doing this, so it's been great fun and a big learning curve, so we look forward to doing lots more in the future for you. So one last thing, we are hoping to get these out on the big podcast forums, or whatever you want to call them. That's iTunes, Podbean, places like that. All links will go on our social media pages in the upcoming episodes. So, well, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Toodaloo.